Hi everybody, welcome back to another Stoneforge Gaming video. Today we are going to be taking a look at this new waterfall that I've finished up for Kings of War, although you could use something like this for really any sort of war gaming, tabletop gaming really. And this piece is made out of, well, it's actually kind of funny. It's made out of polystyrene, but then I basically used some terrain glue to add some texture, based it on some balsa wood. You can see just a balsa wood base, I got a pack for like $3 at Hobby Lobby. I got a pack of like 5 of these round balsa bases that are kind of perfect, because you kind of just slap them down and start putting stuff on there. I basically like carved it with a carving tool, my hot wire foam carving tool, and then I just, like I say, I added some texture to it, and then I started working on the waterfall itself. The flock here and then the style of the base is all very similar. You guys have seen this all before. This is my Borderlands style, kind of browns and greens and stuff like that. Nothing too crazy. The waterfall itself is the more important part. Now you can see up top here something I've done. It's a little bit different. Obviously it's very hard, and it's something I didn't think of at the time. I decided I wanted to almost make this look like there was some sort of like volcanic force or some sort of heat that was kind of pushing this water up from deep below the earth. Now I know that's not really 100% natural. That's probably not something that would really happen in nature, but at the time I didn't think about, I had not come up with the idea to make this, because if I do another one I'm actually going to make the back flat and make it to where it sits up against the edge of the board. I guess hindsight is always 20/20. But anyways, this particular piece took me quite a while, as I had to pour and I had to mold all of the, I used Mod Podge for all of this, and then these are actually cotton balls that I have torn and then I have placed in areas to look like the sort of foamy, basically waterfall as it's going down, and then used cotton balls down here as well to kind of recreate that foam. And then I just kind of made it look like it is basically just pouring out of this little area here. On the inside there you can see I have put like some algae. I've actually glued my same flock over here, and then I used some of my water effects that I was using to make it look more like a glossy sort of algae basically back, and I've done the same up top here. And I've put some more kind of foam just to kind of make that look a little more basically matching, and make it look like it's sort of this roiling freaking sort of, I don't know, water, whatever you want to call it, that is just kind of spinning and bubbling at the top there. It kind of, it's just really more of a way of explaining the logic of why this water is just popping out of the top of a mountain, more or less. I painted and then tinted the Mod Podge, and then I textured. I used a lot of layers to basically get that texture of the water. Hopefully you guys can, yeah, you guys can see that. To where we've got this texture of the gloss here, where it looks like it's basically it's all kind of coming down and it's all foaming, and I think it turned out pretty well. There was a couple of things that I would like to do different. I actually did, one of the things I did like was actually the way the browns in the stone ended up looking. For those of you who are wondering how I did that, there is a video that I did a little bit ago on how to paint realistic rocks. But for this, one of the biggest things I would redo is I probably wouldn't use Mod Podge in the future for water effects. Woodland Scenics has some cool water effects, things like that, that I think I would go with. I like Mod Podge, but it's a little too time consuming to use. Now the one last thing that I wanted to take a look at, as you guys can obviously see, there is a piece here that's missing. I built this to fit in and work with the Pegasus Hobbies river sections. My dad had purchased these a few years ago, and I decided that I was going to make some rivers. You can see they're not a perfect color match. I should have paid more attention to that when I was working on this. Actually the dirt here actually does look pretty close. I highlighted up a little bit more than they did, but the water doesn't really look, but I think it's close enough to where it will kind of come together. You guys can see the join's not perfect. The join is a little more I mean, it's pretty close, but it's not perfect. But I hope this has given you guys some ideas on what you could do with your own waterfalls and other water effects and things like that. And I hope you guys just go to town, get some terrain made up, and make your tables look really, really cool. Thanks, guys, for watching another Stoneforge gaming video.